Did Mace Windu die when he flew out the Mace window? Oh, shit. Find out on today's Nerdist News. Hey guys, it's time to celebrate Star Wars because 2017 Star Wars Celebration is officially underway. Festivities kicked off this morning in Orlando with a gala opening ceremony so fancy it would have even impressed Darth Plagueis the Wise himself.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Now, the show, titled 40 Years of Star Wars, had surprises galore, including a ton of familiar faces, a live performance by John Williams, and a touching tribute to the late, great Carrie Fisher. But this wasn't just a chance to reflect on the franchise's glorious past, but to also look forward and see what's in store for the future. And if you're a fan of a certain Jedi Master with a limited edition purple lightsaber, prepare to get excited. Samuel L. Jackson, aka Mace Windu, aka Yoda's work wife, appeared at the celebration via video, and he had an inspiring message for anyone who thought they couldn't overcome little life obstacles like getting your hand chopped off, electrocuted, and then thrown out of a 500-story window.
I know you're all in my corner on this. We know Jedis can fall from incredible heights and survive. So apparently, I am not dead.
That's right. Windu ain't done. He's still out there, somewhere, in that galaxy far, far away. Maybe working as an RA at some intergalactic community college.
This party's over.
You're such a lame RA, Windu. Stop telling us our parties are over. And that's not even my bong. I think Newt Gunray left it here. Hell, even George Lucas himself admitted to Sam Jackson last summer that if Sam wants Windu to be alive, that is fine with him, saying, quote, "I'm okay with that. You can be alive." The point is, Mace Windu could be returning to Star Wars, or that's what Jackson would like anyways. Right now, we really have no idea where the folks at Disney and Lucasfilm stand on the matter, but clearly they're at least cool with the idea being out there. After all, Jackson wasn't live streamed to the event. This was a video that he sent in with content that was most likely pre-approved by the higher-ups. And they had to know that dangling more Windu adventures in front of thousands of hyped-up Star Wars fans was gonna get at least a few of them excited. And they must have expected the deluge of speculative internet articles and videos that would follow Jackson's announcement. You know, like this one. So what are the chances of us ever seeing Windu back in action on the big screen? Well, we know the obvious argument is that ever since Disney got their hands on Star Wars, they've been doing their best to distance the franchise from the prequels. Aside from a trolling line about a clone army, The Force Awakens had almost no references to episodes 1, 2, and 3. Clone Wars was canceled to make way for Rebels, which is way more inspired by the OG trilogy, and if you make your way down any given toy aisle in the world, you're bound to see lots of Luke Skywalkers and Kylo Rens, but not too many Qui-Gon Jinns or General Grievuses. It's pretty clear the House of Mouse has been in a state of prequel non grata for quite some time now. But there are signs that this could be changing. Rogue One snuck in a few prequel cameos, Clone Wars has had a huge arc featuring the Phantom Menace's MVP Darth Maul, and most importantly, prequel nostalgia is on the rise. I know. We don't want to believe it either, but apparently all of George Lucas's BS about those movies being for kids was actually right. And the kids who grew up on those movies actually enjoyed them. It is disgusting and wrong, but it's true. Just look at the popularity of the prequel memes subreddit if you guys want some proof. Or just check out the huge reaction Hayden Christensen got when he was introduced at Celebration. That's a crowd full of Star Wars fans cheering for the guy who whined about sand.
I don't like sand.
Or just go talk to Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man, because apparently Tom Holland was doing some method acting in Civil War when he claimed to have never seen The Empire Strikes Back, because in a recent interview, he admits he's never seen the friggin' Empire Strikes Back.
Jesus, Tony, how old is this guy?
But guess what Star Wars movies he has seen and loved? The fucking prequels. I can't see Spider-Man anymore. He's ruined it for me. Yeah, I mean, also, those came out when he was 3 years old. Bull you remember any of that. So yes, regardless of how you feel about them, there is an audience of young adults out there hungry for their prequel nostalgia fix. And if there's one thing that can be said about Star Wars right now, is that when the nostalgia monster gets hungry, they ain't afraid to feed it. And who can think of a few treats more satisfying for a prequel-starved audience than the return of Mace Windu? Of course, How would they bring the fallen Jedi Master back into the fold? Well, it's Star Wars, so there's lots of options. He could get a Rogue One era standalone film, or if you wanted to bring him in the new trilogy, maybe he learned some tricks for living a super long time from his best friend Yoda, or maybe he's been frozen in carbonite. I kind of remember him beheading a single bounty hunter dad while his carbonite crazy son looked on in horror. Maybe Boba got revenge on his dad's killer, and now Mace is just hanging in some trophy room waiting to be unfrozen. Kind of serves him right. Because Django was raising that kid all by himself. You bastard. Yeah. That's hard work. But what do you guys think? Would you want to see more Mace in the future, and how would you want to see him brought back? And what other prequel friends deserve a second look? Let's discuss. And speaking of nostalgia, make sure you don't miss tonight's live mothership, because we've got the cast of the new Mystery Science Theater 3000. And if you missed the live show, you can catch it right here on YouTube this Saturday.